Mr. Chairman. Russian hacking into the databases of the Democratic National Committee and the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, as well as Russian hacks into the voter registration systems of Illinois and Arizona, serve as ominous warnings to the American people about the risks that our electoral processes face in this modern era. Unfortunately, Trump Republicans in the House are as obsessed with Hillary Clinton's damn emails as Trump has been about President Obama's birth certificate. Just like the Donald closed his birth certificate investigation after 5 years of fruitless investigation, however, I predict that the Trump Republicans will at some point close this email persecution. The American people are sick of it. The attention of the American public is increasingly focused on the security of this nation's election infrastructure. On Monday, the ranking members of the House and Senate Intelligence Committees, Senator Dianne Feinstein and Congressman Adam Schiff, issued a joint statement setting forth the current status of this investigation. It said this, and I quote, "Based on briefings we have received, we have concluded that the Russian intelligence agencies are making a serious and concerted effort to influence the U.S. election." They work closely with intelligence community individuals to be able to put that statement out to the American public. Director Comey, I don't want to ask you about any classified information, but is their statement accurate?
I can't comment on that in this forum. As I said in my opening, we are investigating to try to understand exactly what mischief the Russians might be up to in connection with our political institutions and the election system more broadly, but I don't want to comment on that at this point.
Free and fair elections are the linchpin of our society. A compromise or disruption of our election process is something that this Congress certainly should be looking into. Would you agree with that?
I can't speak, sir, to what Congress should be looking into, but the FBI is looking into this very, very hard for the reasons you say. We take this extraordinarily seriously.
Thank you. In June, the FBI Cyber Division issued a flash alert to state officials warning that hackers were attempting to penetrate their election systems. The title of the flash alert was, and I quote, "Targeting Activity Against State Board of Election Systems," end quote. The alert disclosed that the FBI is currently investigating cyber attacks against at least 2 states. Later in June, the FBI warned officials in Arizona about Russian assaults on their election system, and hackers also attacked the election system in Illinois, where they were able to download the data of at least 200,000 or up to 200,000 voters. In August, the Department of Homeland Security convened a conference call warning state election officials and offering to provide federal cybersecurity experts to help scan for vulnerabilities. And yesterday it was announced that at least 18 states have already requested election cybersecurity help to defend their election systems. Director Comey, since these flash alerts and warnings went out over this summer, I'd appreciate you letting us know whether or not there have been any additional attacks on state operations or databases since June.
There have been a variety of scanning activities, which is a preamble for potential intrusion activities, as well as some attempted intrusions at voter registration databases beyond those we knew about in July and August. We are urging the states just to make sure that their deadbolts are thrown and their locks are on, and to get the best information they can from DHS, just to make sure their systems are secure. And again, these are the voter registration systems. This is very different than the vote system in the United States, which is very, very hard for someone to hack into because it's so clunky and dispersed. It's Mary and Fred putting a machine under the basketball hoop at the gym. Those things are not connected to the Internet, but the voter registration systems are. So we urge the states to make sure you have the most current information and your systems are tight, because there's no doubt that some bad actors have been poking around.
All right. With that, I will yield back the balance of my time, and thank you, sir.
The chair recognizes the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Gomert, for 5 minutes.